No, regarding this impeachment seems to be haunting President William Ruto. Actually, he is now deeply regretting it. There is a petition, seeking Gachagua to be reinstated as the deputy president and Kindiki to be removed. Folks, welcome back to the channel. Of course, this is Dr. Politica, and I am Peter Ogutu. Here we decode power and dissect Kenya. Now, of course, ever since Gachagua was impeached, President Ruto has not been in peace. In fact, he can't even visit Mount Kenya. He has been locked from Mount Kenya's vote reach, you know. No, now William Samoei Ruto wants Gachagua to go back. Why am I saying so? Because we saw some petitions from some other Kenyans that I believe, the state is using. Of course, they instead Gachagua. Some people want Gachagua to go back and be the deputy president. And of course, some people say that this is a move by President Ruto to, of course, win Gachagua back because he has seen that he can't, compete with the Gachagua in Mount Kenya. And of course, if there's a region that has been dictating who leads this nation, if there's a region that has been dictating who becomes the president, it's Mount Kenya. And that's of no doubt why. Because Mount Kenya commands 8 million voters. Yeah, and no candidate can easily ignore that. Now, with Gachagua out and Gachagua becoming the kingpin of Mount Kenya, Ruto assessed danger and is seeing defeat. Now he wants Gachagua back. Why am I saying so? Because these petitioners, when you look at them, these are people who have been sent by the government, yeah, to go because initially Gachagua had withdrawn the case. He said that the case because he was challenging his impeachment. He said the case has been surpassed by the events, so he doesn't want to go on with the case. But what happens? Some Kenyans came up and said, no, Gachagua has to go on with the case because he needs to go back and have his seat back. And he needs to, of course, be the deputy president. Now, having said so, do you think that it is possible for Gachagua to accept Ruto's offer of becoming, the president again? Do you think so? Do you think President Ruto really wants Gachagua back? Because the reason as to why Ruto can want Gachagua to go back is, of course, he knows that Mount Kenya has now rejected him, and Mount Kenya is no longer interested in him. And this poses danger to him because he has lost the own Mount Kenya. And of course, the next candidate who will be competing against Ruto is going to enjoy votes from Mount Kenya. And that's where the pain is. So Ruto wants Gachagua back. But Gachagua has been adamant that Ruto needs to go and needs to be a one-term president. And Gachagua said that he is the person who is best fit to replace President William Samoei Ruto. But now, will he manage? Because you can't be the president of Kenya by just rotating in Mount Kenya. He needs to go out there and he needs to make new friends. Yeah, the same way Ruto, went to Mount Kenya and made friends from Mount Kenya. So Gachagua needs to go do that. He needs to form a strong coalition. Yeah, he needs to form a strong coalition with people like Kalonzo and of course Eugene Wamalwa and the rest. And this strong coalition should ensure that Gachagua is the flag bearer. That's at all if he wants to be the president. But again, I believe in my heart that William Ruto, Gachagua only wants to punish Ruto. Yeah, Gachagua is only after revenge. He only wants to make Ruto a one-term president. He only wants to humiliate Ruto. The same way Ruto humiliated him by impeaching him last year. So that's all. And I'm sure Gachagua does not mind who will be the flag bearer. All he wants is to lock Mount Kenya and deny William Samoei Ruto the votes from Mount Kenya. And that's the reality now in this case. So, my viewer, tell me, do you really believe that Gachagua will be the president? Or do you believe that William Samoei Ruto wants Gachagua to go back? Yeah? Do you believe so? Do you think Ruto wants Gachagua to go back? And do you think Ruto sees no value in Kindiki? Because what emerges says that Ruto is not seeing any value in Kindiki. Actually sees Kindiki as someone who cannot bring votes to his basket. And of course, in politics, you are only appointed when you have value politically. But when you don't have value, someone has got no use with you. So, do you think Kindiki will be removed within the remaining 2 years of Ruto's first-term presidency? Because Ruto wants to secure votes from Mount Kenya, and the only obstacle he has is regarding Gachagua, who has actually insisted that Mount Kenya will not vote for William Samoei Ruto. So, what do you think we are headed to? Do you think these two people, these former friends, will reunite and, of course, form a coalition like Kenya Kwanza before, and make Ruto re-elected? But again, Gachagua is no fool. He can't fall into Ruto's trap because Ruto can use him again. Arudi, akwe DP, then after the next election, akwe na impeached. Idiki tena Arudi. It can happen so. Because so Gachagua should be very careful with Ruto because Ruto can use him again. Can he convince him to go back? Then what happens? Amtumie kwa campaign. After Ruto wins the election, then what happens? Amfukuza tena baadaye. So that's very possible. So Gachagua should be very careful with William Samoei Ruto. So anyway, hit me in the comment section. Tell me, tell Dr. Politika, tell Dr. Politika something about this issue. Do you think Ruto will manage to convince Gachagua back to his camp?